We'll bring you details of that story subsequently. Let's turn now to Osun State, where reinstated chairmen and councillors in local governments across the state have resumed duties at their respective councils, enforcing the Court of Appeal judgment. Senior reporter Rafiu Hamid has more.
As early as 8 o'clock in the morning, the reinstated chairmen and councillors arrived at their respective council offices. In Arabiji, the headquarters of Boripe local government, supporters of the reinstated executives were also present.
The judiciary, they have done a right thing. They have checked our case, and they said that we are the authentic chairman and councillors, and they order us to go back to our work. So we are here to follow the rule of the law.
A similar situation was observed in Baga, Ayedade local government, where the council chairman appreciates the peaceful conduct of his supporters.
And we are just enjoying the Nuge people that they should not play with their job. We just give them 24 hours, maximum 48 hours. We will bring the registered out for people that are looking for job, because they are not supposed to take sides. Their own is to do their job.
Reinstated officials also gained access to the council offices in Atakumasha East, Obokun, Ilesha East, Iriwole, Ishokan, Ife Central, and other local government areas. At all the council offices, security operatives were deployed to maintain law and order. However, civil servants were absent, complying with the directive of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the National Union of Local Government Employees, NOLGE. It is the first working day of the week, and all the chairmen and their councillors have also promised to be at their various councils on Tuesday, urging the local government workers to also resume. Meanwhile, the chairman of Iriwole local government, Remi Abbas, was reportedly killed by suspected thugs who attacked him upon resumption of office.
They have also killed councillors in Ishokan. They attack people in Iragwiji. They attack people in Oshogbo. They attack people in Olonda. And just by the whiskers, the Executive Director of Federal Housing Authority, Engineer Remi Omowaye, was waylaid and ambushed.
Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Ikiri, Osun State.
Let's bring in National Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Senator Ajibola Bashir, for more on this development. Senator Bashir, thanks for joining us on the news tonight. We're hearing reports of attacks and violence in the wake of the chairman trying to get back to office after the Court of Appeal judgment. What's the APC's account of this event? And did you get covering from the security?
Yes, from what you have also seen from the report just rendered with visual evidence from your reporter, Rafiu Ahmed, in some of the local government in Osun, you could see that the reinstated local government chairmen were at the local government secretariat peacefully with the councillors and some of their supporters, and they were very peaceful and joyous. Unfortunately, after they had entered and settled down in some local governments, the government of Ademola Adeleke and the PDP are raining terror and the carnage on the unsuspecting members of the public and the reinstated chairmen and councillors. And this occur from Iriwole local government, where unfortunately the reinstated chairman, Honorable Remi Abbas, was brutally assassinated by PDP army thugs. In Oshogbo local government, the secretary to the state government, Mr. Tesli Bigwalaye, was the one that led talks and some other PDP elements to eject reinstated local government chairman for secretariat and took people hostage in that secretariat, and there is video evidence to that. Also, in Ishokan, one of the councillors and one ward chairman was also attacked and leading to a casualty in that local government. And also in Ilesha West, the candidates in the local government election, Honorable Toby Famuriwa, and his convoy with that of the Executive Director, Federal State Authority, Remi Omowaye, was attacked, and their bullet-reading vehicles is also, there's also visual evidence, for that. Then the campaign office of Remi Omowaye was also attacked, which is not even far from even the local government headquarters. Similar incident also occurred in Olorunda, where a known thug who is currently even on murder trial by way of Emir Wanda Dagungbade led talks to Olorunda local government to put violence on people in that local government.
All right.
In the federal local government too, the PDP chairman was the one that led talks to invade the secretariat. So we have a lettering of this very ugly incident which had led to fatalities. And it's also unfortunate that the nephew of the governor, a singer, Davido, was also on social media inciting violence and raising abuses and insults on the law enforcement agents.
Senator Bashir.
In all of these, one can say that the government of Adeleke is on a mission to wreak violence on the peaceful people of Osun, particularly leaders and members of the APC, on the account of exercising their
I hear you, Senator. Allow me to jump in. Some huge allegations you're making here. But let us track back a little. Governor Adeleke had raised the alarm of impending trouble in the state. At a press conference on Sunday, he did accuse his predecessor, Ogboyega Oyetola, current Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, of planning to throw the state into anarchy, his exact words. I just want some clarity as to, did these chairmen get cover from security personnel or security agencies in their goal and mission to enforce that Court of Appeal judgment?
Since last week, the legal advisor of the party in the state, Mr. Barrister Ogushola, had written to the Commissioner of Police, Director of SSS, and in some local government, for instance, in Ifelodun, some policemen were on grant, but they were overwhelmed by the power of the thug of the PDP, led by one Spain, who is a known PDP element in that place. And to say that Governor Adeleke at the press conference yesterday would be to call what is not a press conference, a press conference, is rather a monologue. And you can ask from your correspondent and some other journalists that were there. Journalists were not allowed to ask questions. It's just a kind of a monologue. So if a monologue is called press conference, maybe that maybe said to be a conference. And of course, what Mr. Ademola Adeleke was saying, perhaps you just need to remove the name of Adegboyega Oyetola from those and replace it with Ademola Adeleke, because as it were, we have concrete evidence, video evidence, and also still photograph evidence of known PDP leaders wreaking havoc on the people of Osun. I've mentioned specifically, and I'm not a frivolous person, Teslim Igwalaye at the Osogbo local government secretariat for hours, today, in company of people, obviously, who are thugs and not law enforcement.
Quick one, Senator Bashir. The state government has also been making reference to a particular Court of Appeal judgment of the 14th of January that reinstated the position of a high court in 2022 that declared the election that brought the chairman as unconstitutional and illegal. I'm wondering how you react to that.
The state government, I think, is being clever by half. There was no judgment on 14th of January. What happened on 14th of January was an appeal that was filed by APM against a judgment of the federal courts gotten by APP. That appeal was dismissed for lack of diligent prosecution. So how can that be an order nullifying the election or affirming the judgment of the lower court? In reality, the judgment that was delivered on the 10th of February was very emphatic that there was really no legal challenge to the legality and the election of the local government election conducted in the twilight of Honorable Minister Boyego Itola's administration. So if you have a judgment of the Court of Appeal, the question you should ask the Osun State government and the governor is that were they not represented in the appeal, and did they not file relevant process? They were even cost of 25,000 was even awarded against them in that suit. So they are just being economical with the truth. But assuming there are even two judgments, which is not even considered, should that be a basis for a state governor that is sworn to uphold the Constitution? And by Constitution of Nigeria, the security and welfare of the people by Section 14 is the paramount purpose of government. In that regard, Ademola Adeleke government failed woefully today by perpetrating violence on members of the public, which had led to the death, unfortunately, of one of the reinstated chairmen, Honorable Remi Abbas of Iriwole local government. May God bless his soul.
I'm wondering what you consider the way forward now, seeing what is fast snowballing into a major crisis in Osun State.
I think it's important that the president should wade in to call in security operatives to give necessary support for the local government chairmen to resume their duties. And of course, if Governor Adeleke should persist in creating state of insecurity, perhaps it is high time that we had state of emergency declared in Osun so that we can have lawful authority and we can have peace for the people of the state.
National Secretary